Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this loaded drip cake. So for this cake, I've used a 10-inch vanilla cake and an 8-inch confetti cake. I'm stacking and filling both tiers with my American buttercream. You can find the recipe to this down below. Each tier is 3 layers of cake and 2 layers of filling. Once you've stacked and filled your cake, then you're going to give it a quick crumb coat, and this is just a thin layer of buttercream to help seal in all of your crumbs. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just give it a rough coat. And once you've crumb coated your 10-inch tier, you're going to repeat the same process for your 8-inch tier. Once these are both crumb coated, we're going to pop them into the fridge till they firm up. And once they're firm to the touch, then we can give them a second coat of buttercream. After your second coat, you're going to pop them back into the fridge, and we can work on coloring our buttercreams. For this first shade, I've mixed purple and pink. The second is just teal, and the third is pink and red. So I have my 10-inch tier, and I'm starting off with my teal, putting purple on top of that and pink on the very top. And then I'm smoothing out the frosting, and if you have any gaps, you can fill those in with your extra buttercream. And I purposely mixed the colors a bit because I didn't want it to look too neat. Now for your top tier, you're starting off with pink, purple is in the middle, and blue is on the very top. You're going to pop those into the fridge, and then we're going to start working on our ganache. So for my ganache, I wanted a thicker drip for this cake, so I'm using a 3:1 ratio. If you want a thinner drip, then you would use a 2:1 ratio. I simply pour my heavy cream over my chocolate, melt that for 45 seconds, and then give it a stir. If your chocolate is still lumpy at this point, then you would pop it back into the microwave for another 10 seconds. Once your ganache is ready, you're going to use it straight away because you don't want it to set up. I always do a test drip on the back of my cake just to make sure I like the consistency. When your ganache is good to go, you're going to pour it on top of your cake and use your spatula to gently push it towards the edges. And once you get close to the edge, then you're just going to gently ease off some of that ganache. The more ganache that you pour over the edge, the bigger your drip will be. So once you're happy with the drip, then you're going to just wipe off the excess ganache if you have any. And then you're going to repeat the same process for your second tier. Once both of your cakes have their drip, you're going to pop those into the fridge till the ganache firms up. So once you're ready to stack your cakes, you have to dowel your bottom tier. I like to use bubble tea straws. I'm using an edible marker to mark off the height of the cake, and I'm going to cut that down, and then I'm going to cut down a total of 9 dowels to the height of the cake. So I've done 6 straws on the outer edge and 3 in the center. Now you're going to get an 8-inch board and just mark off where your next tier is going to sit. So you want to gently lift off your 8-inch cake from the board and just gently place it on there. Mine was a little off center, so I had to scoot it over a bit. Now for the ice cream cone, I've made this out of Rice Krispies, but you can use cake pop dough or anything else that you can think of. I'm just forming it in a ball, making sure it's a good size to the cone. And then I'm going to get the rest of my decorations ready. So for this cake, I've used Max, marshmallows, some chocolates, and I've filled up piping bags with my extra buttercream. To stick the ice cream cone to the cake, I put a little ganache onto the cake to act as glue. And then I ran a skewer through the Rice Krispie and the cake, and this is going to help hold up the ice cream cone. I've remelted my extra ganache, and I'm going to pour this over the entire Rice Krispie ball. And then I'm going to add on some sprinkles. You probably want to wait a bit to add on your sprinkles to the ganache because the heavier sprinkles just run down. So now at this point is when you're going to add on the rest of your decorations. If you have any big blemishes or anywhere that you messed up, this is the perfect time to cover all of those up. So I really focused on adding decorations onto the center of my cake where the two tiers meet because I had a really big gap and I wanted to cover that up. So just use the decorations to your advantage and cover up where you need to. After I've added on my treats and my desserts, I'm going in and piping some stars and rosettes all around the sides of the cake. So after you've added on all of your decorations, then your cake is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.